Yeah, the only thing about Fan Day that I'm upset about is that they have to do a lottery for the kids for me to sign it. I'd love to be able to do it for everybody. But I'm excited. It's a chance for our players to interact with the fans, to recognize that everyone talks about what's your why. Everyone has their own personal ones. We want to have a team win, but we want to have a great experience for the fans. So excited to get it done. Yeah, Jeff has a quiet way about him that I like. I think one of the things I've learned is let people be themselves. Just try to make them help them be the best version of themselves. So I want him to lead in a way that he feels comfortable with. And I see him exerting his presence, and more and more often. I think Jeff's a triple threat. He can run it, he can throw it, and he can beat you with his brain. He's smart. So he's not super talked about outside of Nebraska circles. I think he's going to play really well. The last thing I'll say is I think everyone plays for him. The guys play for him. Like they want to see him be successful. He cares about all the guys on the team and spends a lot of time with all the guys on the team. Yeah, I think it's about getting in the right play when there's a check. It's about audibling to a man beater when you got man coverage. It's about sliding the protections. It's about knowing where to go versus different coverages. It's getting the ball to the right guy. There's this documentary on Netflix right now called Quarterbacks, right? And I think what everyone's probably seeing is it's not really it's not really about who has the best arms. It's about who has the best brain, the best mindset, the best feel for the game, who has the mental strength to overcome the physical beating that you take. So I think Jeff has all those things. I think Jeff's an NFL player if he will just continue to develop. Yeah, Xavier had to come back. He had to pass 18 credits to be eligible just because of the time away. Not, he'd missed credits, so he had to, get his degree percentage. At the same time, he had to do he's going to do football too. So really pleased with him. He's a really, really smart young man, highly intelligent, and he cares about people. So I think Xavier's special in that regard. Not only did he pass 18, he passed 21 credits, which is, that's hard to do. And hopefully Xavier sees, what he's capable of. He's certainly capable of a lot football-wise. My job is to have people understand that success isn't talent, success is achievement. Just because you're talented doesn't mean you're successful. You take that talent and you achieve something, it means you're successful. And I'm really proud of what Xavier achieved this spring and this summer as well, on and off the field. Yeah, we had a speaker come in last year, named Kevin Eastman. Kevin worked with the Celtics, and when they started talking about their team goals, the first year that they brought, the big three, Kevin Garnett. I'm not a basketball fan, so I'll probably say I don't want to make anyone mad, say the wrong names, but Kevin Garnett, came in and said, hey, my goal for this year is to make everyone, appreciate and respect what the Celtic jersey means again. And so, for me, when I think about Nebraska, I just think about that helmet. It's just it's iconic to me. It's all across college football what that means. And, are we being talked about right now? I mean, are people talking about, wow, I'm not talking about within Nebraska, I'm talking about nationally. And so for me, this is about us as a program, from the way we practice to the way we travel to the way we carry ourselves. I told Keith Van this morning, I wanted to be the first guy here this morning. I just want us to do everything better than everyone else. And that pride, that respect that we have for each other and the way that we do things, you've heard me say many times, I don't want our fans coming to the games just because they love Nebraska. I want them coming because they love Nebraska and they know they're going to see a good football team. And so there's a lot on us that we have to do. And so if we're making progress towards that, then people will respect who we are, our players will respect who we are, our opponents will respect who we are, and that's the first step towards championship mindset. Yeah, so when I say patience, I don't mean patient in terms of the results at all. We are it's fourth and goal every single day in our building. That's the mindset. It's fourth and goal every day. I go away to see my family at the beach, and everyone's like, I know you're on vacation. I'm not on vacation. I'm working from the beach. This is 24/7, 365. We're chasing greatness. I mean, there's no everyone here sprinting to stay ahead of us. We got to catch them and then get where we want to be. So the urgency is elite. It's just I don't want to skip steps along the way. Does that make sense? I don't want to take shortcuts. I don't want to build something that hey, we show everybody a little bit of hope this year, but then the next year we take a step back. So I never want year 2 to be year 1, if that makes sense. So this is year 1. I want us to win every game. I want us, but I'm not right now. I can't think about the games. I want us. I mean, I'm I expect us to do everything right. I expect that, guys to show up on Sunday and be on time. And so it's just this mindset of everything matters, everything counts. That's all I mean. So I don't want anyone to take like, hey, Coach Rhule saying, hey, calm down, don't get excited. No, there's no one that's more anxious for this than me. It's just that I know the only way we can win the game is if we're awesome all camp. So that's the mindset, and I want our guys to just have this stable, steady every single day. Because, all right, we play Minnesota game 1. What if we win? What if we lose? We still play the next week, don't we? And our guys learned the hard way last year. When you start being like, this is an important game and this isn't, well, Georgia Southern happens. So I don't want us thinking that way. Every single game's an important game. And as I say that to former players, they kind of laugh. They'll be like, oh, Coach Osborne used to say that all the time. We'd roll our eyes. I'm like, yeah, but that Coach Osborne figured it out before I did. And so I'm just doing the same thing that the people who won at Nebraska did. Yeah, because I think everyone's kind of like on time-ish, you show up at 8:04. It's like, well, I'm here. No, if you have a meeting with me, be here at 8. Actually be early, So it's just because I'm willing to act on it, it seems like a bigger deal. I can promise you our players are way more disciplined than most programs. I can promise you that. It's just if you're going to be late to breakfast 3 or 4 times or you're going to miss breakfast or something, I'm going to take actions. Not because I don't love you, but in fact because I do care greatly about I can't have guys leaving our program and going out in the real world and not functioning. I'll feel like a failure. And so we're gonna treat our building like it's the real world. Guys would walk into when I was at the Giants, guys would walk into a meeting early, and Coach Coughlin wouldn't say a word to me, just the fine, right? And the next thing you know, they have a $2,000 fine, or they miss something, they have a $14,000 fine. I don't want players from Nebraska playing in the NFL and getting fined. I want them knowing to be 5 minutes early. Actually get there 10 minutes early. Put your phone down and talk to people, and watch how the world opens up for you. So. Well, obviously, I think the NFL. Well, I think just being around the football and the players, I learned a lot. We're talking about recovery. When you're coaching someone like Christian McCaffrey, you learn everything that there is out there. Hey, coach, there's this thing here, this thing there. So we're building a lot of things in our building. I think for me, on a personal note, every job I had taken before that had a happy ending. So you kind of always assume it's going to work out. And for me, I'm probably a lot better now because I'm coming off of some adversity. And then see, I learned a lot about leadership by leading in tough times. It's easy to lead when things are going well. It's easy to lead when you're winning every game. When you're about to get fired and everyone's the whole stadium's booing for you to get fired. Look around here, guys. And think about if they were going fire Sipple, fire here, how that would feel. And your kids are in the stands. But I did that. And you know what I learned? I'm tough. And my family's tough. And you know what? After that happened, I went home and saw my daughters. I played with them. I hung out. I didn't take it home. And I learned a lot about, hey, sometimes as a leader, you have to be the one out front taking the bullets so that people behind you can move forward. So keeping that team together through that adversity was something that I'm not proud of. And so as I come to Nebraska now, I know if I do something, there's going to be a lot of different opinions about it. And you know what? I respect everyone, but I'm going to do what I think is right because I've seen what happens when everyone has an opinion. I've got to do what I think is right and be tough enough to just stand with it. If I think, you know what, guys, we're going to wear this color cleats, we're going to wear this color cleats. Hey, guys, we're going to do that. Someone's going to be upset maybe, but I owe it to the University of Nebraska to go all in. I can't go half in and gauge the temperature of everything. I got to go all in. And so I maybe wouldn't have been able to do that if I had not gone through what I just went through. Yeah, and to me it's unique in Nebraska because there's been all these games that are so close. Literally, how ESPN has that predictor, you're 90. I bet you most games in the fourth quarter, Nebraska was favored to win. And so, to me, it's all these things. I talk a lot about being on time. I talk a lot about, well, you know what? If I can't count on you to show up to things in the summer, I don't know that I can count on you to be inside leverage when you're supposed to be inside leverage. Because it's these little things that cause winning and losing. So. It's the strength program. It's the nutrition program. It's our guys getting bigger and stronger because you know what? The stronger, more physical team usually wins in the fourth quarter. They wear the other team out instead of getting worn out. So it's our approach to the offseason. It's our approach to discipline, which to me is just doing what you say you're going to do. And it's also confidence. I want our guys to be confident that we're going to win, even when it looks like maybe the odds are against us. And so putting them in those situations in practice, inoculating them against that stress because we have a bunch of good players. They'll play great at practice. My job is to get them to play great in the games the way they do at practice. And a lot of that is just helping them overcome stress, overcoming the fear of failure. So we'll do everything from we'll read a book during preseason camp that talks about it to guys do mindfulness, guys do yoga. till we yell and scream at practice, so they learn to just tune things out. There's a reason for everything that we do, and hopefully it ends up working sooner rather than later.